Hey Virgos, how's it going? Thank you so much for checking out my channel here at Reflexive Moon Tarot. So we are doing your reading for the the new moon in Leo. And what that means is the lights are out for the moon while it is in the sign Leo. So we are challenged to stay lit regarding our energies that, on a positive note, are centered in creativity, charisma, strength, bravery, and passion even. And then on a negative note, challenged to keep our energies in check that are centered in, like our negative energies that are centered in control, which can be an issue for Virgos. What else? Arrogance. Not always an issue, but can be when you think about the perfectionist nature of a Virgo. And also, what was it? Control, arrogance, and dominating. So again, with the perfectionism, you can try and dominate on that level. And it's definitely not pretty, even though you may think it is. All right. Damn. Okay. What are we starting off with? We started off, I pulled a general card for all signs. This was before I started doing the new moon reads today. And also I used it to apply to the live that I did today. So bear with me, I have a cold. It's kind of gross, my bad. Black cat. This is about overcoming the obstacle of freeing your mind from the perspective that bad omens have a hold on you. Now, on the other hand, upright, like the light and the shadow aspect, we like to look at with this Oracle of Black Enchantment from Deviant Moon. Now, the light aspect, the shadow aspect is subscribing to superstitions. So when a black cat crosses your path, it's bad luck. Or when you, break a mirror, 7 years bad luck. Now, some may say that when you break glass, it's that a curse has been broken. So there are positive ways to look at the ways in which we subscribe to superstitions. There are positive superstitions. I'm not naming off all of them off the top of my head because I'm just like not that quick at this moment and not that knowledgeable. So if there's any superstitions that you fabulous Virgos subscribe to or can think of, leave a comment. Okay. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Speaking of superstitions, let's talk about angel numbers, right? I saw plenty today. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just saw 2, 2, 2, 2 when I was doing my last recording. Earlier, I think it was 555. So, and we got here the fawn. This cute little satyr. Or a fawn. I don't know if those two are the same things. They're similar anyways. So, the fawn. Number 42. Is that a number that is significant to you? I think 6 times 7 is 42. You might be 42 years old. Nothing wrong with that. And, speaking of magic and superstitions. So upright, this card means magical emotions and enchantment, bursting with creativity, life, like the abundance that the earth has to offer in relation to our raw primitive instincts. And then reversed, it has to do with inhibition. So fear over expressing your deep feelings, experiencing a period like a lack of creativity. Now that's not a lengthy period. That could just be the period of the new moon or the following days after the new moon. You might be pondering over some spoiled moments that could have been special for you. And also a troublemaker that's coming through. However that may be, whether it is like a force that you feel like is taking over your space, or just an actual individual interfering physically in the moment. So speaking of interference, I whipped out my little proton pack earlier and thought it would be a great idea to use this to metaphorically clear the space and all energies that are negative within it. So here we go. Thank you, Ghostbusters. And let's also give thanks for all that is, because we're here doing spiritual things, and it's important to do that by way of gratitude as well. So let's see what Mildred's deck has to say. I love mine. I don't know if you've noticed, if any of you are regular watchers. I have a few so far, which is amazing. So thank you. If this resonates, please do hit like and subscribe to see more readings. But what I was getting at was that I like to always use my Deviant Moon decks for the new moon, always. Now, Mildred, along with the fawn, we have water here. Mildred has revealed the element of water for us. The Oracle of Enchantment. Let's see here. So water is life. Number 18 might be significant for you. 18 months is a good time. It's a good amount of time. It's almost like it's almost 2 years, 18 months. So it means that you've significantly gotten over something that happened a year ago. And that you're on your way to the 2-year mark, which will mark a sort of like a release as well. Okay, focus. Now, water is life, as I said. We are made of water, and the moon influences water. Water represents purity. It represents also our subconscious and our emotions. And when you think about like the depths of water, the feelings that are deeply embedded within us, like the feelings and beliefs that are deeply embedded with us, that are, that sometimes remain a mystery throughout our entire lives. So there's a certain mystery that's involved with water, but it's important to respect water, and that it is a living entity, and that it is our source of light. Without it, of life, not light. Without it, we cease to exist. We will not survive without water. So remember to protect water. Remember think about the water that you wish to consume as well. It's so important. Clean water is such a privilege, and everybody deserves it. And we have the Chariot. So some forward movement. You are moving onward and upward, outward, inward, away, up and away. All right. So the forward movement that comes with the Chariot, it's like it's a holistic adventure. It's spiritual in nature. It is a physical form of movement, and it challenges our mind and our bodies and our spirit and our emotions. It's challenging, this forward movement. It's a big step. It's very much, you could say that it's linked to the Fool, for sure. It's like the Fool gaining some more experience and continuing to push forward. And with an understanding that, the push forward, the risk that they take is now involving perhaps some competition. When you think about charioteers and Chariots of fire. Do, 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 do. But it's going the distance as well. The challenge of going the distance when, and like prevailing when everything's sort of against you. We have the Lovers. So crossing that, you're moving forward, but it's tricky. It's tricky. Your sense of self-worth is at stake, or it could be the reason why you're moving. And, this great unknown that you're moving towards, is it going to be a situation where you discover that you were just running away from yourself and have landed exactly dealing with yourself again? Or is it going to be forward movement and you're going to see a difference? You're going to experience a difference. Things are going to change for you. There might be difficulties if you're moving, actually. It's going to be there might be some form of culture shock, or just figuring out logistically how to navigate your way through a new neighborhood, a new scene, being the fresh meat on the new scene, not knowing people and trying to figure out who they are and maintaining your dignity and composure in the meantime. And then we have, overlooking the situation, we have the Two of Wands reversed and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So the direction that you're taking with regards to how you manifest money and the work that you're doing, I would say that there's a lack of confidence that you have in yourself and what it is that you do, maybe your skill set, or some goals that you've tried to set for yourself. Now, that could be so many things. That could be your own goals. That could be the negative influences, and what you're doing might just not be in alignment with the folks you are trying to the employment, the places of employment that you're trying to infiltrate and become a part of. Now, emotionally, you're dealing with an individual who was messing with you on some level. Ugh. Just left a gaggy feeling in my core. This could be also a young person. If it's an individual that you're romantically dealing with, thank goodness they're in the past. If this is a person that you're responsible for and care for, their emotional distress may become, or is becoming more and more so, a thing of the past. And if this is you, this could be your inner child, or the way that you communicate your emotions, the negative ways in which you communicate your emotions is now becoming a thing of the past. So there's quite a few possibilities, but either way, this person, it's done. You're still conflicted. You might be conflicted over them. They might have just really took you down on an emotional level. And there's nothing worse than an immature piece of poo taking you down on that level. Just mess with your emotions. So moving forward, you're going to be conflicted about some decisions that you've made, or some, there's going to be some challenging forces at play. So be mindful of that. I would say within the next 2 weeks to a month, over the period of the next 2 weeks and month, because we have a full moon here / blacked out new moon. So mark the next 2 weeks and mark the next month, and that will most likely be the cycle that you move through. Now, the Eight of Wands, your sense of direction and your ability to sort of move everything in one fellow swoosh. Like you're questioning that. Or the approach that you're taking right now is kind of setting you up to fail on that level. I don't know why that is the case, but you really need to adjust your attitude. You're all over the place. You can't make a decision. You can't focus. Maybe you have some valid, legit issues with executive functioning. What else? You're just not really, like, the moment isn't right. It's bad timing. People see that it's bad time, or they think that it's bad timing, or that you're like, they think that you're being triggered, and you might very well be. Like, it's real. And it's causing you to sort of react or just have this very reactionary approach to whatever it is that you're doing. So sometimes what that looks like, especially if you have executive functioning, a reactionary approach is to do things at the last minute. I might be the queen of that. It's like you need, like, your dopamine effect to get you going. Not dopamine. Is it dopamine? I don't know which. Like, whatever it is that you need to get the ball rolling and to get things done and motivated. I'm not sure the chemical process. It's like your adrenal glands are out of whack. This is your mind. I'm like not into this. You're really afraid. You're afraid you're not going to have the mental, like, you're afraid you're not going to have the focus that you need to get this shit done. And in turn, you might be fulfilling your own prophecy. So it's like hubris is at play here, okay? But we're not fixed on our fears. Like, we have, there's time. We got 2 weeks, we got a month, okay? It's real. There's time, and it's all about just sort of warming up to your cause, waking up and getting in your feels as opposed to like numbing out to cope through the situation. You need to get into your feels. You need to feel uncomfortable. Sit with that. Embrace your discomfort. I hate that. My mom says shit like that to me and it drives me insane. And here I am, repeating those fabulous words of wisdom. All right? You need to get smart with money. You're trying to get smart with money. You want to be, like, you want to take your money to the next level. You want to stop people sucking your energy, stop stealing from you. You want to learn how to become more financially literate. You want to attract people that are supportive and who don't drain you of your energy, of your sacred energy. Like people who would rather, like, who will, it's almost like you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself from people who sit around and starve them, like parasites. Parasites won't eat unless they have a host, right? It's real. And we have temperance, so restraint. In order to make sure that you do not attract any parasites, because there is somebody up there and out there for you that's got you. There is someone. You have to restrain. You have to say no until that person reveals their intentions, their true intentions. That person wants to take you out to dinner or wants to, like, feed you on some level. I'm only saying that because I'm like, there's like hardly any restaurants I can eat at. these days. So that's why I say that with caution. But this person wants you to do well. They want you to succeed. They want to support you. And they will tell you this. They will make it known. They won't make it so that you have to keep trying to fucking figure them out. It's that simple. And maybe it's not even their style, but they want it to be their style because they want you so much. All right? Know this, Virgo. So restrain and keep your waters flowing for yourself. You come first. Remember that. This is all about you. Okay? I'm liking this read now. I've picked up on a positive note, and despair will be a thing of the past. You're moving away from that. You're moving away from the gaze of people using you to make themselves feel better. Okay? That's a gift. That's a blessing. All right. I hope you have an amazing next 28 days from this lunar cycle, and stay tuned for some more daily reads. And also in a couple of weeks, we'll have some full moon reads happening for you. All right. We'll catch you next time. Take care and bye for now.